guys, Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. So we take a look here at crude oil, WTI and Brent. We'll take a look at natural gas, gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we'll take a look at the indexes. Now, the Dow is bleeding out today, but the S&P and Nasdaq are still nice and green. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation buy, sell, stock, market, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, WTI, and Brent. Now you can see here how our support level was 88.66. We got down here down to 89.41 level, okay? So bottom line here, we were looking for this level right here, 89.85, or that 88.66. And you can see how we held it, and we have a bottoming tail here now. Now, just remember here with the Straits of Hormuz, nothing is solved situation. Now, Iran came out and says, nothing's solved. Yeah, we're in the middle of the talks, but there's no agreement. There isn't anything here. And this is going to be very difficult, and I think long dragged out more than what they're trying to make you believe, okay? So, again, we're traders, and we here for one purpose only is to make money. That's the key. That's what we do here, not to judge, not to have politics, not to do none of that nonsense, just to make money, and this is how we're going to be trying to do it. So when you see this level here, we hold in that 88.66 level. That was a really nice, good buying opportunity. Now you can see how we filled this gap. This morning we had that gap, and now we filled it. So today's high, 89.41. Your next level going to be going right here is going to be right there at 95.76 level, and we'll come on to the bottom here. We have 96.94. Okay, so just watch these key levels here, the bottom of these candles. Then we're going to come right into that 50-day at 98.07. That's going to be very, very key. Now you can see how this 8-day crossed over that 21-day, but that doesn't mean it can't roll right back up again, just like we had here, kind of a situation. So you can see when the price gets below that 8-day, all the way down, and see, it forces that price right on down. Now we lost that key 50-day. Now we got to see if we can get it back, or is that going to be very, very strong resistance? Always pay attention. Okay, so 98.07 we're looking for. We're looking for right here. We're looking for that 99.70, and then we're looking for that 21-day at 138. We get above that, then we can go up at the top of this candle, 102.66 level, 104.45, and then right here at 105.21. Now, if you just take off the top of this candle here and just bring that price all around, see that line that goes all across? See that resistance level? Very, very nicely. Okay, so see, that's what we had for resistance, and then we made a lower high, and then we had one big ass red candle, and it wiped out 3 days, and then we had indecision, and then Friday when we closed below that at 50-day, boom, I am completely out of the trade now. This morning, right back into UCO, working very, very nicely, because I still believe there's just nothing here that says we're going to take this price right back down to the 50s. It's just not going to happen. Now, again, we got summer driving. This is very, very a lot of demand. Now, again, remember on crude oil here, the API report will not be out today at 4:30. It'll be out on Wednesday at 4:30, and then the EI report will be out on Thursday at 11 o'clock for crude, 10:30 for natty gas. Okay, so on the downside here, what we're really watching now is we're going to be doing the same thing what we're looking for. We're going to be looking for the bottom of that candle, that 89.85, and right here is that 88.66. We lose that, yes, we have support right here at that 85.50, but realistically, we're probably right for that 100-day at 82.42 level, and maybe even possibly lower. But right now here with no deal, nothing in sight, and this is just a great trading situation, I think. 43, that's not overbought, oversold. The green is below your red here because we had that turn down where it shows momentum to the downside. So again, this is just a trader's market. Okay, now here we have the Brentski. Now look at here. Well, look how nice this came right down to that support level. All these blue lines here are price channels, and all they are just bottoms and tops of candles, which makes life so easy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, 96.07. What we're looking for right here, that 96.07 level. Today we made a low to 95.93. Came just a little bit below, but you know how nice we're holding it here. Now, today's high was 95.93, and then Friday's was 101.38. So we still have a gap situation going here. So your next resistance level is going to be right there, 101.38. Then we'll come down here, 102.16. And then we have 103.28. Then we're looking for that 50-day at 104.09. That's going to be strong resistance, just like it is on WTI. Now, again, if you get above it, you got 106.25, your 8-day, and then your 21-day at 106.75. Now, if we can get above all that scenario, then we have 108.31 level. We'll come up here at 109.73. We'll venture up here at 111.79. We have 112.69, and then your big target 115.25. We don't know yet exactly what it is, but again, we want to just trade it. So this was a really good trade today here so far. UCO for the long, BNO here for a long on the old Brentski. Okay, 43, that's not overbought, oversold. We got the green below red because we have that sell-off. But let's just see if we can get right back to that 50-day and then see what the reaction is. What happens? Does it come right back down again? Does it blast through? Okay, again, trader's market. Okay, let's take a look here now on natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Okay, now I show you this pretty much every day, twice a day. You can see here right now, there's really, it's kind of a nothing burger. Okay, so what we have here is an indecision candle. You can see how it held the 21-day, but it could not get above that key 298 at 8 days. See this? So we're trading right between that. Okay, so on the downside, this is your key support level right here, 2.849, call it 2.85. Your next level is going to be 2.83. Then we want to look right over here to your 277. That is your 8-day on your weekly chart. Now, upside, well, we got to look right here, 298. Got to get above that. Then we can start hitting that 301. We come up here at 306 level. We'll come up there at 309. Then we have this 313. That is going to be your big retest. And 314 is right above that. What do we got there? 316 right above that. And then we have 326 right above that. Okay, so again, we're kind of like just limbo here, just stuck. But again, indecision candle doesn't know what the hell to do. Now, over here, you can see here, it's sunny over here where I live, 84 degrees, just a beautiful day today. Besides the trading, I mean, the sun's out. It's just a really nice, just an absolute gorgeous day. Okay, so that's what we got coming in here. Now we have to see if we can get ourselves a hot summer. Then again, natural gas will be in play. Natural gas will always have its time. You can just remember, you got the summer coming in here where you need power plants. You got the hurricane season. You got all that kind of stuff here that is really a positive for natural gas. Now, we're still having an uptrend situation because we are holding that 21 SMA here. Not as good as what this was, but we are. Now, we had 4 days here of selling. Let's just see if we can get right back above that 8-day and start retesting that 313. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, gold's got nothing here. Okay, you can see here where it rallied, and that rallied yesterday when it first opened. The futures opened, it rallied above it. You can see where it just could not get above that key 8 SMA here. So this is your big time resistance right there, 45.43. Next resistance, 46.12. And then next resistance, 46.69. Respect the 50-day if it gets up there, because look how it's contained it. Look how it contained it. Who says it's not going to do it again? Okay, so always respect that. Now here on the weekly chart, right there, 46.55. That's going to be right in the mix here. And then we get above all that, 47.93. If you can get above that 50A, then we can start heading for the retest at 47.83 and the Hondo up here at 48.04 level. But big but here, you are below all your simple moving averages except for your 200-day. And that's not a good look. Now, on the downside, what we're really watching here is going to be right here. It's going to be that price channel, 44.55 level. What we're looking for is right there at 40. Next level, there's your 44 level, okay? And then we have 4,400, and then we'll be really looking for is that 43.78. So if we lose this key level, that 44.55, this is what I'm looking for, 43.78, and possibly all the way down to your 50-day. Now, I only trade on the long side. Okay, like I've said many a times. So right now, there just is I can't see anything really positive about this chart. There's just nothing here that says, wow, I got to get myself into gold. You are downtrending situation. See how that 50-day is rolling over. As it keeps trying to go, you're going to push that price down. I'm looking for a retest of that 200-day, possibly that 50-day, but I'm also looking for opportunity then to make it a good buying situation like we had here. Look at how beautiful that was. Right down to that 200-day. Look at that big old sticky, and then right on up here very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a look here now at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now you can see here on the weekly chart, we're stuck right there at that 77.24. We got to get above that. That's going to be very, very key. Then we have to get above this 8-day here, 77.24. Okay, look how nice that lines up. You got to get above that. Then we can hit that 21-day at 77.85 level. Then we can hit this 21-day at 80.28. Then your 100-day at 81.21. Then we have a nice big retest up there at 90. Okay. But right now, what do we have? We got a big topping tail, and you got a whole lot of nothing. However, that being said, okay, look at what silver did. Just during the hours today, it got as low as 68.58, okay, and as high as 69.33. So you can get your scalps out of this here with the SLV, even though this here is doing absolutely nothing. Okay, we just have sideways consolidation. On the downside here, this is what you're watching, is 76.12. That's going to be very, very critical. You got to hold that. If not, Friday's low, 77.26. Down here, 74.69. Down here, 73.39, and then retest 71.31. We lose that, you're going to hit that. We'll go right towards that 65.48 and possibly even that 61, which would be, if it got down here, would be a great buying opportunity. Okay, but just not right now. This is just a scalp trade here. So, okay, so watch that key 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. This 8-day right here, very, very key. Then that 21-day on the upside. Then this 21-day. Then we have the 100-day. That's all your upside. Downside, this 50-day is key. Got to hold that 50-day. If not, you're going to go lower. Test is 71.31. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, really a whole lot of nothing going on in Bitcoin there today, okay? I think it's in the same category as the gold and the silver kind of situation. Now, Bitcoin is up 195. It's really a whole lot of nothing. However, BITX here, it was a decent scalp earlier, okay? I'm talking about way earlier, not right now, okay? You know what I'm saying? So right now here, now we're back below that key 100-day. So this is your resistance here, 76,697. Then your next resistance is going to be right there, 77,763, your 8-day, and then 21-day right above it, 78,788. Okay. Now, we look at here. This is ugly. This, even though your 8-day crossed over, we're hanging right there. This is going to be key, 75,987. That's going to be very, very crucial. We have to hold this level, okay? So we got to get back above that, and then your next level is going to be that 77,366 level. This is very, very crucial. We start losing this here, you're going to drop down. We could retest that 61,000 very, very easily, okay? But first of all, we have to watch this 50-day. This is key support at 75,068. If we lose that bad boy, then we're just going to bring right over here. That's what we got here. Next is going to be 73,810 level. We'll bring this price channel right across here. What do you got? You got 73,185, and then we can come down here. Okay, you got a 75.37 level, and we just keep taking the price channels down until you get a retest down there at that 65.90 level. We lose that, you're going to come right down here to the 200-day. Okay, now right now there's just nothing here, and that 8-day crossed over. Ugly. But again, these are some quick trades if you want to make it. Okay, now, right now in the BITX, I'm not really looking for that much again. I'm just looking for anywhere like 20 to 50 cents. I'm trading 5,000 shares, so I'm not looking for that much. Obviously, the charts ain't giving me a whole hell of a lot here. You know what I'm saying? But, again, it's still just a trading situation. So, again, watch that 100-day. Okay, this 8-day, that's very key, and that 200 and that 21-day. We get above it, we have a nice target at 83.2215. And then we have right here at 88,824. Now, downside, 50-day here, got to hold this. If we don't here, we're going to just start drifting lower, much lower. Now, 44, that's not a bar we're sold. This is not good. Okay, that shows momentum to the downside, which we obviously have. This isn't bad, but now we're starting to level off. Now at 43 here. So I don't see, again, like anything that says, hey, I got to get into Bitcoin right now because it's going to rip up higher. Be patient with this. If you got to buy it, wait until we get back above these simple moving averages. Then we can aim for that 83,215. Then we can aim for that 88,824. Okay, let's take a look here now at the indexes. Okay, here we have the indexes, your Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq. Now, I went through this here at midday trading here, which is always good. So the key level that we have to support here is that the previous all-time high, which is 550,512. Now you can see here, we're below that. So a lot of times what happens is this will blast right up like it did here on Friday, and then it starts selling off here. But you got to hold this. This is going to be very, very key. Okay, that was the previous all-time high, 50,512.79. We get above that, then we have Bayrack to retest at 50,830. We get above that, you're going to head for that 51,000. Now, on the downside here, all I'm really watching right here is this 8-day 49,990 and that 21-day 49,665. Okay, because we've held it here so far. We lose it, well, then we have that retest. We have your 100-day, your 50-day, and your 200-day, your gap fill. Same old shit. Okay, now we're rising on up here, but we have negative divergence. So pay attention to this. Pay attention, pay attention. Easy way to trade this. UDOW for the long, SDOW for the short ski. Okay, now we have here, we made a nice higher high, but we're not really breaking out of this, okay? So 75,117. Let's see what the hell we're sitting at right now, okay? Okay. Yeah. See, we're not breaking out above that. Okay. We're sitting right there. So this is going to be very, very key. We got to get above that key level right there. Okay. 75.17. That's going to be very key. Then we can head retest this here, 75.30 and 39, and hit rate for that 7,600. Okay. That's what we can do. Downside, just watch this key level right here, that 8-day. Watch this 21-day. Now we lose that. We're going to come down to the gap here, 72.94, and then we have the fill, 72.73. Okay, so that is going to be your basically your trade. Now, this is what I never don't like is see where you get to a way overbought condition. We got up to into the 80 mark here. Then it came down, and now look at what we got going here. Okay, you made it a higher high, but this didn't. So we have that negative divergence going just like we have here again. So just pay attention to this, okay? Now, also look at tomorrow, turnaround Tuesday. But again, this is all news related. We've got to see if that's going to work out. Now, you can see here we slammed right into that high. Again, made a little bit higher high, but couldn't hold it, okay? So we got to crack above this level right here, 76,707. Once you do, we hit that today's high, 76,725, the all-time high. Then we can cruise up to that 27,000 mark. Downside, right there, 8-day, 26,292, 21-day, 25,791. Then we have your gap right down here, 25,464, your fill at 25,361. Very, very easy, very, very simple situation, okay? But you got to close above this. You can't pop and drop. You got to get above it. Otherwise, this could be a very, very good double top. This could be a very, very good double top situation here. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, and we'll do it all over again. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.